We are back and we are going to be doing a video on pawn endgames today. So there's so many geometric tricks in endgames. So you know when there's a complex position and these GMs are playing all the best engine moves and you're like, how could they possibly do this? A lot of the time it's just even and odd. It revolves around the fact that the board is a square, not a rectangle. So yeah, geometric tricks are neglected as all endgames are. And this is going to be a fun video. It's very applicable to games. As you could see, different background. I've been traveling all over the place. My friend has a sick setup, so I'm kind of pumped for this. This is amazing. There's like a monitor here and there and there and like a mic. It's pretty crazy. But when you move around too much, just can't have that. So, okay, anyways, we're going to be talking about hanging squares today, floating squares, one of the two. But basically what it is you see how black here has two pawns on the fifth rank? Well, if those pawns connect, obviously they do if they're on the same rank, but if they make a square and the end of the square is the promotion rank, those pawns are equal to a queen, meaning the enemy king cannot stop them, meaning you should start pushing them as fast as possible. So you see, this is a square and it connects to the promotion rank. So what do? Well, you start pushing the pawns. This is going to be the basic example. We're going to do 4 of these. As you could see, when they take, the one more people are familiar with is the fact that this makes a square and the enemy king is outside of the box. So of course that is a queen. So I'll set it to the queen and then we'll get to the next one. Boom, queen. I hope you know how to do a queen checkmate. I will not be making a video on that. Unless you want me to. I don't know. So, are these pawns a queen? Well, they're on the same rank. And comment down below if you think this is a square. This is not a square, this is a rectangle. So those pawns are not a queen, right? A square would be here, and that is not the promotion rank. So basically what that means is you cannot start pushing the pawns, because if you do, you see, they are not, or they are rather, in the queening box. Mouse sensitivity is weird. I don't know if you guys could tell. They are in the queening box, so they're able to stop the pawn and you will not win. So basically what you have to do here is you need to sit on the position, right? Like you can go e5, they can go king d5, and you can go king f6. And if they go king here, then it is a queen because you see same rank and it's a transposition of the other ones. And of course, they could not do anything with these pawns because if they ever push the h pawn, you win the g pawn. So basically, this is a position where if either side tries to win, they will lose. Sometimes you have to accept a draw. This would be one of those rare positions. That's the only time you're ever going to hear me say that. Draws are horrible. Okay, so number 3. This is an immovable pawn structure, unbreakable, because they could never travel to capture the base of the pawn chain, because if they travel to capture the base of the pawn chain, they're too slow and they can't stop you from promoting. But the question at hand are these pawns a queen? Well, no, because they connect to make a rectangle to the first rank. So they're not a queen. So if your opponent's pawns are not a queen, that means you should rush to win them before they connect to make a square and become a queen. So king a4, king d4, what do? Do not take that pawn, because then they make a queen. You have to step back into the box, and you see now when they make the square, you're able to capture it right away, so the square didn't actually exist because you're still in it. Geometry, crazy. It was my least favorite math class. I've taken Calc 1, 2, 3, Diffie-Q, linear algebra, taken everything under the sun, but I remember geometry was like the dumbest thing. They were like side, angle, side. Can't have angle, side, side. You guys remember that? And then just to show you guys that they can go back and forth, you just march your king towards them, and then you'll win that eventually. If they ever take, you make a queen. So of course, that is a winning endgame. So, 2 more. You guys ready? Are you still with me? I don't think this is that hard. I think this is very fun. I don't know why I've never heard anybody talk about this, but they should. Are these pawns a queen? Is that a square? If you answered yes to both those questions, it is a queen. I mean, of course, because the first question was literally asking that. These pawns are not a queen because that is a rectangle, not a square. Isn't it so crazy? I mean, you can take a screenshot position in your head and then you only need to calculate 2 moves ahead as opposed to like 10. Like, you think these people are calculating 25 moves? Like, yeah, okay, buddy. No, they just have an image of what they know is winning, and that's why studying is good. So you come after the pawns because they're not a queen, but then again, don't take it because then it becomes a queen. So you need to stay in the box, right? Because if they create the square, then you take right away. Boom, 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 boom. I'll stop saying it. And basically, these pawns are a queen, you know, because when they try to capture it, you push, and how do they get back into the queening box? They do not. Now, the last one I want to talk about is more complicated, and it's putting everything together. So can you believe white is winning this position? Well, okay, what can we tell about this position? Our king is kind of tied down, so that is not good. Those are doubled pawns, so that is kind of good. What do we do? Well, as you remember, this is an unbreakable pawn structure, because if they're ever to take this pawn, we promote. You're like, what are you talking about? They have a G pawn. Well, yes, that's why you go H6. They have to take that, otherwise you make a queen. So they take, and now what do we do? Well, you could tell they're about to get some floating squares, so you go king f3 back, because there's no way to infiltrate on the queen side, and you can't leave the king side. I mean, look at the king side. So now, okay, they put, and they cannot take because a queen. I want to make sure I make that clear. So pawn to h5, is this a queen? Well, this is a square, but that is not the promotion rank, meaning it makes a rectangle. So what do you do? Well, if it's not a queen, you come after the pawns, right? So boom, again, they could never take. If they go back and forth, you're the one that's going to make progress. So push, trying to make progress. But now king f4, they probably push, you take, and you see you're still in the promotion box. So it's kind of taking the promotion box, just adding another dimension to it, but dimensions are what need to be understood. So boom, boom, h2, king g2, and I'm positive you guys will get this in your game. So I really don't know why no one's ever talked about this. I've never seen it be talked about, and it's an amazing trick. It only works because the board is a square. Look for rectangles. Those are free pawns. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I haven't been posting every day, but when you're planning a 6-month trip and you are a spaz and just buy it, then you got to do a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time. I will be playing a lot of chess tournaments. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you as always for watching. Have a great day. Boom.